What's up, guys? My name's KhaoticK, back at you guys a little one today, coming at you guys with a 6 APB Benzo Fury review. Yes, so I finally tried this other benzo furan, and I gotta say, it was nice, it was euphoric. It was much like MDA, but unfortunately, like MDA, it was kind of underwhelming. I'll get to exactly why, but it was also because I didn't take enough. Let's be honest. I only took 50 milligrams, and I was starting off with a low dose, like a lower dose on the lower end of the scale. And, I just didn't want to go too hard with it, but I definitely will up the dose to like at least 80 milligrams next time. That'll be, I guess, 50% more. Yeah, we'll see how much it affects me then. But until then, let's get into what I felt off of 50 milligrams at 200 pounds of body weight. And I think that also plays a role. If you're a lower body weight, obviously, maybe even shorter, you won't need as much of a dose as someone that's taller or more weight. So that's just how that works. Right to the video. So hope you guys, stay high, stay lifted. Let's get into this, man. So basically, I don't understand why this didn't feel too strong. I thought it was going to feel stronger than this, but it didn't. It didn't feel that strong. And I was just kind of underwhelmed. I'm like, damn, well, it wasn't the same as 5 MAPB, obviously. I was basing it off the fact that off of 50 milligrams of 5 MAPB, I was higher than this 50 milligrams of 6 APB. But like MDA, I expected it to be as strong at 50 milligrams, but it just wasn't. It was not. And I did a lot of MDA before, so I would know for a fact the difference between MDA, MDMA, difference between that with 6 APB with 5 MAPB. It was not stimulating whatsoever. It was really not. It was actually really tiring. I felt no amphetamine. It did not feel stimulating at all. And it was just like a kind of lackluster there, But obviously, you don't want it to be too stimulating, brings out anxiety. So I would say this is a little better for like a party, for sure. Because it lasts up to 10 hours. That was crazy. It actually lasted quite a long time. I didn't even know when I came down. I just eventually fell asleep. Yeah, I still felt some effect the next day. I actually had a Afterglow and I had to work, and the Afterglow really helped me not give a shit about work. Absolutely no stress. So I would say the after effect, the Afterglow, matter of fact, was top tier. It was nice. It was a really nice Afterglow. And I was like, okay, so that was worth it. I didn't have to push the envelope. I didn't get it come down. No fucking nothing. I felt great and I felt awesome. And I was just so mellowed out. But, I would say it's very good for like, I guess the casual kind of drug user. It's really good for that. But other than that, for me, for my Molly head ass, man, it was not comparable at all. Molly still beats this shit out of the water. Like 50 milligrams of MDMA would be stronger than this was. Pure MDMA, if you had pure 100% confirmed lab tested MDMA, 50 milligrams would be more potent for sure. Without a doubt. It just is what it is. But yeah, for some reason, it just wasn't that strong. Now, obviously, that's because it's not as potent per weight as 5 MAPB. But, obviously, I was going to base it off that fact because that was the only other benzofuran I had done. So I had got this from the same vendor I had got 5 MAPB from. Yeah, it actually did feel like 5 MAPB, except like just removing that methylamino group. And I think that group actually made it, more euphoric. So yeah, without that group, it's not that strong. It's just really not. It's not as euphoric. It's kind of like underwhelming. So 6 MAPB, I believe that exists. That seems like that would be worth a shot. But without that methylamino group, I don't know about the euphoria. It's just kind of lackluster. It's kind of like in the back of your head. But it also makes you want to take more of it. So I think to achieve the same euphoria, you'd have to take 100 milligrams. And then you're risking more side effects. But, if you'd like to go hard, please do it. But, keep in mind, it is an RC, and who knows what happens when you push the envelope. But 100 milligrams, it's not really that much more than 50 milligrams. So normal doses, sensible doses. Don't push the envelope a little too much. Don't be taking 200 milligrams. 6 APB, yeah, just don't do that, okay? But anyways, let's get into some of the effects I felt. I felt really like mellow. Like I said, the come up was a really long, gradual come up. I took it in a capsule. So yeah, I don't know why, but drugs affect you a little different in a capsule. The stomach has to break down a capsule. It doesn't just get right away absorbed into whatever liquid or food is in your stomach. It's a little bit of a slower pathway, but I would say it lasts a lot longer when you take a drug in a capsule for some reason. So it may delay it by maybe up to an hour or two. But I noticed this 6 APB had a long come up, longer than MDA, and would have been peaking at least an hour faster than 6 APB. And I think that's because of the amphetamine. right? Because this has no amphetamine, it just doesn't have that effect. So it takes a lot longer to build up. And then there you go. But, you know, it's really nice how it comes up. You know, I would say the plus about this chemical here, it doesn't leave you with anxiety. Apparently, it's really bad on your heart, though. It's got like it has a favorite for the 5-HT2B receptor. And apparently, because it latches onto that receptor so much more than any other chemical, RC-like chemical like MDMA. Even MDMA doesn't do that. It has more of a cardiovascular damaging effect. So don't be abusing this, okay? It has proven that, yeah, it is not to be abused unless you would like some heart valve damage, you know? Not a good thing. Anyways, so yeah, don't be abusing 6-APB. Stick to sub 100 milligram doses. Don't ever push it. I wouldn't really do it. You know, just coming from me, don't do it. And that's coming from someone who used to use a lot of MDA. Do not push 6-APB. Yeah, you just don't want to be doing some weird, obscure RC chemical and abusing it. It's not a good idea, okay? But yeah, if you have an addiction mindset, you know, like if you're just coming off of using MDMA, man, you're gonna fucking blow like past this shit. Don't use this, okay? Yeah, just stick to your MDMA, all right? Just pick one poison at a time. But yeah, 6-APB, it's not even that addicting either. Like I said, for euphoria-wise, it wasn't that euphoric. It could have been a lot better, man. It was kind of like MDA, 50% of the euphoria of MDA. Like, I don't know. It just kind of like felt more like MDPM. Yeah, like that other RC that I tried, that was like MDMA, but that felt a lot similar to this one. It just felt very, very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. But not to take away from, you know, the good afterglow I had. But hey, you know, I didn't push the envelope that hard. I'm not trying to talk shit about benzo fury. You know, I want some benzo fury, matter of fact. But I guess I had to take higher of a dose. So let's see if I get some, you know, effect from that. But this time is just pretty damn mellow. And I noticed I had to keep smoking weed to feel it. So that's not good. You want it to hit you really hard without having to smoke weed, you know? Like, you want to know that you got your good hit on that dose and without having to smoke weed. But sometimes smoke weed does kick it in with these kind of chemicals, but for some reason this one, I don't know, I had to smoke a whole bunch of weed just to feel it. So just so you know, it's very, very, very in the back of your head. I don't know, but like I said, I think it's dependent on body weight as well. So since I'm a higher body weight, I got to fucking use 100 milligrams, man. I have to use 100 milligrams next time, or at least up to 100 milligrams. But obviously, yeah, just stick to as low of a dose as you can when using these chemicals. They are not good to be abusing, obviously. Like I said, you don't want to find out what happens. I don't even want some weird thing happening to you. Yeah, heart valve damage if you abuse this, okay? Seriously, look that shit up. 6-APB is not very good on your heart. Whatever receptor that is, I guess, sensitive to the serotonin activity of this chemical, it just damages it. So yeah, don't be doing that. But other than that, 6-APB is a good drug, you know. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. Coming from someone who's done a bunch of other shit though, man, I was expecting a lot more from this because I heard about how good it was and other things, but I just realized 5-MAPB was actually stronger than this all along, and I thought this would be stronger because it lasted longer, but that's always not the case. So anyways, 80 to 100 milligrams would be my dose next time with 6-APB. Just to ensure I am high as a kite, getting the maximum effect, and maybe then I'll see the potential in this chemical. But for now, yeah, like I said, just gotta be honest, it's underwhelming, but you know, that's coming from lots of MDA use, lots of MDMA use, maybe some methadone and that shit. So it is what it is, man, but also some ecstasy abuse. But yeah, that falls in the same category. 6-APB is worth it to try, okay? Please pick it up. You know, it at least doesn't have that neurotoxic metabolite that MDA has. It's not neurotoxic, but it is, however, cardiotoxic. So do you see how it like kind of switches poison there? It's really weird. It went from being neurotoxic to cardiotoxic. So it can't pick a poison. So anyways, it can't pick a better poison. So you have to fucking just do either one or the other. Don't do them both. Do one or the other and stick to that, man, because honestly at that point, you're risking an addiction. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really nothing much to write home about, but I am on some FXC right now. Apparently, it started kind of wearing off. Got a little bit of spark of energy there, and I decided to make this video before I have to go back to work. It's going to be quite the day, and hopefully I have afterglow from doing this FXC this late at night. But yeah, I just noticed 6-APB, really good drug to do right before work. I'm serious. The next day, you'll have the best afterglow ever. Like, I felt so happy. So I would say this, yes, because of the non-neurotoxic effect, if you keep it down to maybe once or twice a week use, I don't think you have to worry about the cardiotoxic effect of 6-APB. And yeah, I would say benzofurin does have a positive there. It has a very great afterglow. It doesn't seem to have that much of a neurotoxic effect. And, that's also, with not abusing it. So any drug with abuse will have a neurotoxic effect, no matter if it was designed for that purpose or not. So it is what it is. So please stick to the same harm reduction as other chemicals. And yeah, link down in the description for test kits and other harm reduction info and my substance Discord as well. Oh, and we're almost about to hit 2,000 subscribers. 2K, man. 2K, like the motherfucking game. I'm about to hit 2,000 subs, man. So let's please try to get me to that a little quicker. And, not begging for anything. I know it's going to come in time. I am manifesting it. But, as it goes, yeah. 2,000 subs is right on the horizon. I'm so happy where this channel is going. Please join the harm reduction Discord. Get people talking more. Let's get this community together, and provide always on support, like 24/7. These people are always in different countries. Man, if someone could be awake while you're having a bad trip somewhere else in fucking midday and like your night, you know what I mean? So people can help you out 24/7 on this Discord as long as we get it popping. So please join and let's get it started, man. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay hot, stay lit, and I'll see you guys in the next one.